Hi, I'm Madison and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a brand new weekly reading vlog for you. So, I was actually going to start this yesterday, and I did start it yesterday, this vlog, but I'm now having to film on my lunch break instead because I'm actually sick. Descends into death. No, but really, I was feeling fine-ish yesterday, and then today I woke up and I'm like, not fine. So I did start this vlog yesterday reading-wise, and I sound fine in the clips, but then I woke up this morning and I'm like, wow, I seem so different. Basically, I don't really know 100% what I'm fully reading, but I did start last night Tangled in Tinsel by Trilinna Pucci, which is a why choose smutty Christmas book. So you'll hear more about that in the next couple of clips, you know, when you see that I started reading it. Spoiler, I'm loving it. And then I'm also reading this fantasy romance book, which is called Of Shadow and Moonlight by Laurier. And this is coming out, I think, like later this month. So I'm really excited for this because I'm in the mood to kind of pick up a fantasy soon. My voice sounds fine right now, which is really nice. I woke up this morning and I could not talk at all. So this is kind of good. I'm going to stop talking now and have my lunch so I can get the rest of my lunch break done. But this is the fun introduction to this vlog. I'm gonna go back in time to last night when I started reading and then see what ends up going. I'm just editing tonight though, so yeah, goodbye. Okay, so I'm only like 5% into this book and it's already hilarious as all hell. So it's this girl who works as like a interior designer, and she's been basically like over the last year has like been working for like the same 4 clients, and they're these 4 really rich men who are all friends of one another, and she was just decorating for like this Christmas party and there's a blizzard, and now she's snowed in at the place that she was decorating for them with them, and it's been hilarious because they keep making all these innuendos so fun. I'm like, oh. So the humor so far is A+. I also just lit a gingerbread marshmallow candle to kind of get me into the, oh wow, I look really shiny, to get me into the holiday spirit. I'm very excited. Wow, I'm only on chapter 2 actually. And chapter 2, it starts off, there's like a little header, and the header is, I really hope there's a detachable shower head. Oh, I'm so excited. I also wanted to show you guys, like, so each of these start off with like different things, and they're all different quotes that are like in the book itself, but this one I'm 42% in and I kept wanting to stop to talk to you guys about it because it is actually the funny, like this book, it's sexy as fuck. First off, like it is hot, it has been so good, but it's also been so hilarious. This has put me in such a great mood. I'm also not feeling too well. I think I have a bit of a sore throat, and so I keep laughing my ass off and it hurts. It hurts. But to give you context, at one point she's like gets into the shower because there's only 4 bedrooms, so one of the guys is like, hey, you can use my bedroom in this place. She's like, oh, okay, I think that's so lovely, thank you. Gets in there, can't figure out how to use the shower, ends up like pressing all the wrong buttons to the extent that like she ends up screaming because it switches automatically to all cold water, and then it starts blasting out holiday music. So one of the guys comes running in and is like, are you okay? And she's like, oh, I'm naked. And then as a result of that, freaks out and tries to exit the shower, but it's a shower with like a glass panel, and so she bashes into the glass panel. But then Liz I'm not gonna say anything else. It's Jace, Cole, Reed, and Alec. That's them. Alec is a voyeur. Reed is the one who is like the dirty talker. Cole is like the stoic one. He seems like he's like the good girl praise king one. And then Jace is like, he's the youngest of them all, and he's like the golden retriever kind. I don't know what all their kink's gonna be, but I'm very curious. So yeah. Hello, how are we all doing? If anyone is wondering, I currently have the flu. So, if you remember when I first started this vlog, I said, oh, I'm starting this vlog the day after I started technically filming it because I don't feel too good. Yeah, later that night I was literally in bed with a fever. So, I've been really sick. Not great. I spent all of Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday just basically recuperating from everything. I haven't read anything at all. I did wake up this morning. I'm feeling a lot better now. Still sick, obviously, but a lot better than what I had been. So I did actually finally finish Tangled and Tinsel. 5 out of 5 stars. I freaking loved it. You could tell from just the way that I was already enjoying it. She is so my kind of humor to the max. I love finding new authors that have my sense of humor, so definitely recommend this. Not going to give you guys anything else about it because it's just going to be so much fun for you to just explore yourself, but I was laughing so much, and like I can't laugh too much at the moment because when I laugh I'm coughing now and it's like it hurts. So definitely recommending. I'm just thinking of half of the jokes. I just want to be like, you know, they go like 10 lords are leaping and it goes 10 lords are leaping into this. There's the Christmas jokes in it. It's the funniest shit. Anyway, I just made myself some coffee. I did buy a new brand of coffee so I don't know what that tastes like yet because I poured it in with, because it's finally Christmas season, hang on, with my peppermint mocha latte. So what I normally do is I pour like a quarter of my cup with this and then the rest of my cup with regular brewed coffee. And it's just like my own little personal like peppermint mocha in a mug. But also I did get a package as well and I wanted to open it here because why not? Because I can tell it came from my wish list. I figured I might as well open it on camera for funsies because why not? Oh my god. This came like, oh, there's 2 things. Oh my god. Okay, so first we have Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I haven't read this yet. I'm so excited. I read The Love Hypothesis earlier this year and loved it, so I'm super excited to read this. I wanted it physically because I really wanted to be able to read and tab it. Oh! Happy birthday, Madison. It's Jessie from Manga Swag. I would have ordered something earlier, but I wasn't aware. You can send gifts through this link until your birthday video. Hope you enjoy. Thank you so much. I literally see your comments all the time on my videos and they make me so happy. You're one of the sweetest people in the entire world. Oh my god, okay, what else is in here? Not manga. Oh, mint chocolate! I've had this on my wish list for ages! Oh, I've been wanting to read this. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, it looks so cute. Oh, a secret relationship. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my god, this is one of the ones where their parents get married and they become step siblings and they fall in love. I know, it's so funny because I read step sibling romances in regular books and I hate them, but I read step sibling romances in mangas and it's totally fine. But I think it's because the step sibling trope in mangas has been like a very common trope for years. Like it's one of the most common tropes you'll ever see in manga. Oh my god, I can't talk for too long because it hurts. But oh my god, thank you so much. I'm so excited to read this. Is a brand new one. That was very sweet of you. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna stop talking because it's gonna be a lot for me. I'm gonna do everything that I said I was gonna do and I'll update you guys once I do start reading this book so I can finally tell you guys what it's about because I don't know. Okay, goodbye. Okay, I just started this book, but there's art inside it. I don't know if it's like, is there art in the whole thing? I like wasn't sure if this was. Yo! Oh my god. Ah! Oh my god, this is so cool. Hello, okay, so I read about 100 pages of Shadow and Moonlight book by Laurier. I'm gonna put it down for now. I'm just not really feeling it at all. It's giving me very much like early 2000s City of Bones, Shadowhunter vibes, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not necessarily what I feel like reading right now. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. Oh, that's annoying. I don't know why that's uneven. I don't know what happened to this entire day. This entire day just like did not happen. What the fuck did I even do? Like, I literally do not know. So tomorrow I need to be much more productive and actually read a lot more because I feel like I wasted today. All I read was like 100 pages of a book. Like, okay, I read 200 because I just read more of that book. But like, I don't know, frustrated. I'm really annoyed right now. I don't know how I didn't get more stuff done. But anyway, I'll catch you guys up later. And yeah. Hey, okay, so happy next day. I read an entire book last night. Did I? Yeah, 100% I did. Yeah, did not. death. Oh my god, it feels so much better this morning. Yeah, but didn't love it. So, like, there was nothing, I enjoyed it. It was a really nice book. It was an enjoyable read, but there was nothing about it as I was reading it that made me want to, like, stop and update you guys. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 star read because there were moments that I really enjoyed, but there was nothing that, like, I'm a little sad because I kind of actually thought I was gonna love this book a lot more than I did, but I know I'm, like, not telling what this book is yet. I know you guys are like, well, what is this? But I have a lot of friends who love this series and who will love a lot of the later books in this series, and so I'm hoping that the later books I love more. And I do think, and I know the reasons why I didn't love this as much. So that book is going to be Tattered Stars by Catherine Cowles. I met Catherine at Love in Vegas. I got this copy signed by her. She was an absolute sweetheart, such like a lovely, lovely human being. But I think the reason why I didn't absolutely fall in love with this book is that the romance is very slow burn, and the romance takes a back seat to everything else that is going on in this book. So this series, the Tattered and Torn series, is set in this, like, fictional town where, you know, I think it was like, what, like maybe 10 years ago, there is this family that has lived there. And they're kind of like extremists to the extent of they're kind of like doomsday preppers, but they, you know, they're all very like, they're like, the government's out to like get us, and, you know, everyone has to learn to live off the land, and we don't, like, you know, submit to the authorities and all that kind of stuff. And the dad used to actually, like, basically kidnap children from families that he thought, like, were not worthy. And so the youngest daughter in the family ends up, you know, at the very beginning of this book, you know, when she's a kid and she's like 11 years old, she ends up actually escaping her family's, like, basically her commune, and going to, like, town and letting people know that, like, her dad has kidnapped this little girl and they have to go save her because she can't save this girl. And then you're following this girl, like, 10 years later when she's come back to this town because the family house that she grew up in, you know, where all this shit went down, you know, after her dad was, you know, arrested and everyone kind of, like, disbanded to an extent, her mum, like, has passed away and left that house to her. So she's come back to this town because she wants to kind of face her demons and face her past and face everything that had gone on back then. And she plans to, like, turn it into, like, an animal sanctuary instead. So she's come back to town, but at the same time, the family of, like, you know, the little girl that she also saved, she also isn't sure, like, if they'll accept her anymore because her dad did such, like, a horrible thing to them by kidnapping this girl for, like, days on end, who almost died until she, like, came forward. And so she's not sure how they will feel about it. And at the start of this book, you know, she kind of instantly butts head with the new sheriff in town, and the new sheriff is actually the son who was supposed to be in charge of the girl who got kidnapped. He's, like, the brother of that girl. And so it's her falling in love with him and him falling in love with her. There's also, like, other creepy, like, other abductions that are going on, other attempted abductions that are starting up again now that she's come back to town. And what does that mean? And so I did really enjoy this. I absolutely adored Shiloh. Shiloh was the little girl who was kidnapped all those years ago, and her friendship with Everly and how they actually formed this friendship I thought was super beautiful, and I adored that. I also just loved Everly's entire relationship with that family and how they kind of brought her in and how beautiful that was. And I did definitely understand Hayes and Everly's relationship, and I loved watching them fall in love, but their romance did feel like it took a back seat to everything that was going on, and I was hoping that this would be more romance focused because I was craving something that was more romance focused. It was a very easy read, took me, like, no time. I blasted through this within, like, 4 hours. I feel like it was like 4 or 5 hours took me to read this. I'm hoping that, like, the subsequent books in this series, the romance is maybe a little more prominent. That's my only thing. Like, I'm still gonna read more. I adore her writing style. Catherine Cowles has a very beautiful writing. But this just didn't hit the way that I hoped it would. And so I don't know what I'm gonna read. I'll update you guys later on how it all goes. But yeah, that's it. Okay, I'll update you guys very, very shortly, but I just started this and I'm in love with it. It is so good so far. It is, oh my God, it's a new adult college romance, sports. It is so good, so sexy. I'm like 50 pages in and we just had a whole ass 16-page sex scene. 16 pages. That's long. And it was 100% worth it. ᴛɪᴛᴏᴅ. This is so good. It's not even funny. Oh my god. I am like beyond dead right now at how much I love this book. Like, I'm currently 130 pages in and I have actually been tabbing it with like these really cool like purple oh, you can even see, look at my tabs. So good. I'm so excited that I started this. Look, is it gonna take me a little bit to get through it? Sure. This is following Greta and Otis. Greta is the football coach's daughter at Riverside University, and Otis is the quarterback at Riverside University. He was the starting quarterback until he tore his ACL. He's now recovered and is supposed to be the starting quarterback again, but the coach isn't putting him in. And so this starts off with Greta going to a house party with her two best friends, not knowing that it was a football party because her friend didn't tell her. She gets there, she's like, I don't want to be here. She goes outside to hang out, meets this guy who is smoking, asks for a smoke from him as well, and the two of them end up like instantly just agreeing to have like a one night stand. He goes back to her place, they bang it out very hotly, and you know, they leave her the next morning and she's like, she basically kicks him out. She's like, this is a one night stand, you need to leave now, like thanks for making me breakfast, but this is getting a bit too much, like GTFO. And he's like, oh, that's a bit rude, but fine, whatever. Like, he's offended. And I was like, bro, you really shouldn't be that offended, like you did overstay your welcome, but it's fine. Until he comes over to the coach's house for, you know, reasons, and she's there and he's like, oh shit, and she's like, oh no. And basically that's where I'm at. I don't know where it's gonna go from here because it says the back of this that what does it say? It says that they like engage in like a bet, like a wager. I don't know what the wager is yet, but that's what this is about. It has been so good. She is like a sexual like vixen. I am so here for her. Like, she is so sure of who she is and what she wants. And like, she literally tells him, like when they get back to her place, she's like, I need you to strip right now. And she's like, I love a guy who listens and like does what I tell him to do. But at the same time, he literally calls her a good girl within like the first like 5 pages. And I was like, well, hello. But I'm really loving it and I want to let you guys know, and it's just been so good. Also, she lost her virginity while watching Shrek, FYI, and I thought that was hilarious as fuck. So, wanted to put that out there, and I'm gonna go do some stuff. I've got some stuff to do, and I'll come back later, but I'm loving it and I want to let you guys know. So yeah, coming back on again because I just want to quickly say that I think what I'm really liking about this compared to a lot of other new adult college romances that I've read is that this one feels a lot more mature. I think that they're both juniors, and that might be the reason, not even that's the reason why, because I've read ones with older characters before. No, she's 20, yeah, juniors. They're both juniors, but I feel like a lot of times when I do read new adult romances, like the characters just feel very, very immature, and this one feels a lot more of like the higher new adult, like older new adult, and I'm also very appreciative of that as well. So, yes, that's it. Okay, bye. Oh, and I forgot one other thing. Otis is bisexual. He's a bisexual babe quarterback, and he is bomb.com as well, and I love him so freaking much. Literally a gigantic southern 6'5" teddy bear. So, okay. I am currently, how many pages? I'm 200 pages in. I am so in love with this. It's also really fun because the tabs that I'm using are like different purples, like, and it's gonna go into pink. So it's gonna be like a whole ass like gradient down. I've never done that before, but I've already gone through like 2 of the colors. I've tabbed the shit out of this. Like, I'm so in love with this. It is not even funny. They're both switches in the bedroom, so like they're both doms and subs, like depending on like what the situation is. It is so good. Like at one point, he's like, if you're a good girl, I'll let you like. And she's like, if you're a good boy, I'll let you let me. And I was like, oh. At one point she's like, he's the perfect mixture of being a sport jock and a golden retriever. And I'm like, that is exactly what he is. Because like, he can be like very dumb, like very like, you know, sport guy, very like, you know, typical college dude, but then he's also like a gigantic like southern puppy dog at times as well, and he's like the cutest thing in the entire world. Like, I'm so dead over it. Also, I almost died because when they first met each other they just exchanged middle names, and when they just had sex they called out their middle names instead of their first names, and his middle name is Rutherford, and so she climbed and he's like I'm still a little sick. It was the funniest shit in the entire world. Oh my god, it's just so good. And like even all the friendships and everything, and there's like, this reminds me of like my own, like it just feels so legit. Like it feels like, you know, someone who went to like a typical like Big Ten school and had these kinds of just like experiences in college that I feel like I don't always see like in other books. I feel like all the other books that I read, they're so focused on like the sport aspect of everything, and like, yeah, like he is on the football team, like, and she's the coach's daughter, like that is a part of it, but it falls to the wayside of them actually just being college students and like getting wasted and like fucking around with each other and going to classes and taking like, it's so much more of like that regular stuff that I feel like you don't always see in other college sport romances, in my opinion. And so I really love that as well. I'm like seriously living for also like all the extra little bits like that are in this as well that I mentioned, which are like the like missing like the text messages and stuff. There is a trigger in this. Her younger brother did commit suicide. We don't really know, that hasn't really been spoken about. It's just kind of something that we do know happened. And I know that is going to end up becoming a conversation later on, because it's the reason why she is so hesitant to get close to like football players and like let herself be open to people emotionally, because of the impact that like losing her younger brother had on her. So I did want to put that out there just for everyone. Yep, that's it. I'll catch you guys up later. Goodbye. Hello. Okay, so I'm here. I just washed my hair this morning, so it's up in buns. But I finished Midnight Kisses by Jeanine Bennedict last night. It has been ages since I've updated you guys, because it's now Thursday and I last updated you guys on like Saturday, because I had the concert on Sunday. Oh my god, the ATEEZ concert, amazing. But we were there, Katie and I, from 10:30 in the morning until we went to sound check at like 5:30. So we were outside in the pouring rain, freezing our titties off from 10:30 a.m. till like 5 p.m. Like it was crazy. Like we got barricaded. It was great. It was amazing. But like, oh my god, my first time ever doing that. Would I do it again? I don't know. Not on that weather, but it was really fun. Anyway, finished this last night. Look at the tabs. Can we just take a second to like appreciate all these tabs? Like it goes from like pinks to different purples and it is just gorgeous. But I'm finishing this. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It could have been a 5-star. I felt like it kind of started to drag a little bit. Like it's a super long book, and there were some times where I kind of felt like I was like, I want it to be a little bit more pacey. I really did freaking love this. This is like one of my new favorite all-time like sport romances, hands down. Like I do the shit out of this. And there were some parts of the relationship that were getting a little bit toxic towards the end. But one of the, like, not saying what happens, but one of the characters like ends up going to therapy to kind of deal with the things that they were not handling well. And I really appreciated that. And that kind of really like that character's self-exploration and kind of introspection of the way that things hadn't been really handled well, and to look into it and find different ways to kind of speak about things that they didn't want to, I thought was really amazing representation. I really appreciate having that in there. A+ smart, honestly. Like, love the kinkiness of this. I didn't even tell you guys this happened, but at one point she has him like tied up on her bed, and her dad comes over to have dinner with her, and she's like, I have this man tied up on my bed and my dad is literally knocking at my door. What do I do? And she puts him in the closet. She literally puts him tied up in her closet while she goes to get. I was like, oh my god. I was like, that was hilarious. It was so good. The humor in this is so amazing. I wish if it wasn't for the fact that the pace kind of has some things. I mean, like I said, it's a massive book. The pacing towards the end is a little bit like iffy, but it's damn near almost a perfect 5-star read, hands down. And I do wonder if maybe it would have been more of like a definite 5-star if it wasn't for the fact that I did put off reading this for a couple days and then came back to it. I really hate when I do that to any books. I feel like the book never 100% gets my full love when I do that. But A+, totally recommend. Sorry, my camera just ran out of space, so I'm gonna end this here. Anyway, once again, love this book, freaking amazing. And that's gonna be it for this vlog. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like it down below. If you want to see more of me, please go to my channel. And until next time, thanks so much everyone. Bye bye.